What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Kevlar82 TV, your positive car culture channel. Today, as you can see in the title, we're going to be doing a mod list breakdown pricing for all of the performance mods for my 2014 Hyundai Genesis Coupe 3.8 Ultimate, aka the Batmobile. Manual transmission, can't forget that, dude. Gotta say it all, dude. But yeah, so we're doing a video that I know you guys probably want me to do for a long time, talk about all the performance mods that I have done to the car so far. I will be putting thumbnails for each one of these install videos that I've done before, and I've also done reviews videos, so I'll be putting the thumbnails for those in the corner. So I hope you guys enjoy this content. So before we get started, I'm gonna go ahead and read off the performance mod list that we're gonna be going over. We're gonna be going over engine intake, depot test pipes, Megan Racing transmission mount, my TEIN low-wing springs, muffler delete, engine leash by 3.8 Performance, ported throttle body by 3.8 Performance, manifold riser by 3.8 Performance, throttle controller also provided by 3.8 Performance, and rigid collars and subframe bushing shims by ATQ, but also provided by 3.8 Performance. That's right, dude. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it with this list, man. So, as you guys know, they've been watching the channel for a while, you guys know that Project Batmobile is a budget build. Pretty much every single one of these mods on here, the price is under 300. Yeah, price is under 300. Only one of them is 249. That's the most expensive one. We'll go over which one that is. But this actually surprised me also, you know, how I stayed under budget the whole time for all the mods that I've done so far. We will be extending the budget going forward. Obviously, there will be some mods that I got to pay a little bit more for, and of course, you know, we'll get into that. But first, we're going to start off with one of the first mods, and it's one of those controversial ones that people say it's a waste of money, don't do it, whatever, whatnot. This is my engine intake. So we're gonna start off with the engine intake, which you guys have already seen the channel. You guys know that I bought this used off of Facebook Marketplace from a follower of mine, a friend of mine, or whatever, a guy that I've known for a while, and he happened to just message me. He was saying something one day, and I was thinking about, I was in the garage working on the car, and he messaged me like, "Hey bro, I got the intake, you want it? I'm gonna put it up on Marketplace, but I'll give it to you real quick if you want it." And I'm like, all right, I'll take it. So he only charged me $100 for it. So that's the first price for the mod list is $100. Now these are $249 and up, $260, whatever. If you go shop on for full price, whatever. I would honestly suggest if you can find it used, it's fine, whatever. He did heat wrap it. Not the best looking heat wrap or whatever, you know, but I like the fact that it's heat wrap gold, and it kind of goes with the theme of the car. I've said that a million different times in all my other videos. So yeah, the engine intake, I would suggest if you guys really want to go with 3.8 Performance's cold air intake, and I'll put a picture of that in the corner. Bling. So I would suggest going with that over the short ram. Everybody knows that the further you can get away from the engine bay and the heat, and keeping the heat isolated from the intake, the more of a performance gain you will get from that intake. So by having a cold air, the long one that goes all the way down into the fender and gets air sucked in through right there, you will have to do something with this, Dremel this out, and put a mesh right here. A friend of mine actually did it before, and I plan on doing that when I get my 3.8 Performance cold air intake in the future. All right, so moving on from that one, let's go ahead and we're gonna stay in the engine bay. I'm gonna skip around on my list that I have right here, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about the engine leash, dude. Now the engine leash is the first mod that I had on this car. The very first YouTube video that I did with this car, I did an engine leash review, and I will put the thumbnail in the corner right there. Bling. So yeah, this is one of those things that kind of started the build, and I got in touch with Dustin Davis about it, and this one, the engine leash, was only $45, dude. That's right, dude. So that was very inexpensive, and it was something that just, you know, it was like pretty much like gas money. I took some gas money in my pocket, and my gas was cool. So I said, "Hey, Dustin, can I get one of those engine leash things, man? Let me check it out." and then he gave it to me, and he talked to me about what it does and how it basically improves acceleration. Your 60-foot times basically acts as like best way to explain it is kind of like a motor mount. You know, it's not an actual motor mount, but it gives you, it tightens up everything right here, so when you accelerate, it keeps the motor from moving around and everything like that. You ever see a motor where you rev it and it goes vroom and it moves a little bit to the left or the right or whatever? Well, it stops that right there and it keeps everything tight. So that really does help. That's the first performance mod I did on the car. And moving on down the line, let's go ahead and jump into our ported throttle body. Now this ported throttle body, it was actually custom painted by Dustin Davis 3.9 Performance, dude. He ported it, polished it for me and everything like that, and he custom painted it yellow to go with the black theme, which he also painted. This was a surprise for me. He did this as a surprise, and I was really excited when he did it, and he revealed it to me and everything like that. So if you want to get one of these, the ported throttle body is $90. So yeah, just under $100. You can get ported and polished or whatever. I believe it's the same price for doesn't matter if it's a 2.0 or if it's a 3.8. I believe it's the same price. So even if you have a 2.0, you can also get your ported throttle body. So let's move on. The next one, we'll be talking about the manifold riser. Now this one is the most expensive mod that I have on the car. Well, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I'm like, yeah, this is the most expensive one. So this one is the manifold riser, and it does give you a good power gain. I'm gonna leave the picture for that one in the corner right there for the video. So check that one out, dude. Doing that whole install. Dustin Davis really helped out with that, with the torque specs and everything like that. He's a genius when it comes to all that. So I actually went up there and I had him install it. It's his part, have him be able to explain it better than I would, what the power gains are and everything like that. So check that video, and that price for that one is $249. So that's the $249 one that I was talking about, rounded up to $250. So we're gonna use $250 instead of $249. So when we come to our total, we'll add it up with $250 instead of using an odd number. So let's move on down the list. Let's go ahead and talk about our exhaust stuff. Now the depot test pipes. Right now, I do not even have them. Let's focus. There we go. Right now, I do not have the depot test pipes on the car right now. I have my stock cats, but just as for the pricing of what I paid for them, we're gonna go ahead and drop the price in them right now, and they are $140. Yes, so yeah, you can get one of these, get a set of these, $140 on gctuner.com. Shout out to one of my sponsors, GC Tuner. I have their tag on my car. Bam, so go to GC Tuner, check them out. $140 for the depot test pipes. Now, it doesn't matter if you get depot test pipe, doesn't matter if you get arc test pipes. You do have to check to make sure that these are true and level. What I mean is, and I'm gonna put a small clip of me, see this right here, what I'm doing right there? See how it's rocking back and forth? That's not supposed to happen. Now you gotta get them resurfaced, machine surfaced if they're not true and flat, dude. Because some companies usually just cut the metal flanges or whatever for it. They weld it together, you know what I mean? Make sure it's all cleaned up, and then they ship it off. They do not service it truly flat. So just a warning, you have to get them resurfaced if you want them. Otherwise, you will have a lot of loud rasp at 3,000 RPM coming from your driver's side and passenger side doors. You will hear it. Just a little disclaimer. All right, so let's move on down the line to the next one underneath the car. Megan transmission mount, another awesome mod from GC Tuner, which is only $100. That's right, dude. So better shifting, helps out with the lockout and everything like that. If you're getting like a second or third gear lockout, with me, I had to go even deeper with mine and change out my transmission fluid to red line right here, MT85. We'll put a picture for that. Check out that video. You might want to change it out. I didn't add that to the list because that's more of a maintenance thing, not a performance mod. It almost feels like a performance mod because if you use the stock, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you use the stock transmission fluid and you change it out to the MT85, the red line right here, you're going to feel the difference, dude. I eliminated my third gear lockout. I don't know what the heck You know, I'm glad it wasn't, you know, a clutch issue or anything like that. So, anyways, let's move on down the line. Next thing in line we'll talk about is the muffler delete. Now, the muffler delete is one of those things where I don't know if it frees up a little bit of breathing with the car and everything like that. It's not really like a major performance mod. It gives you a lot of awesome sound GTR noises with a stock exhaust, dude. You don't have to change anything. If you have a bone stock 3.8, doesn't matter if it's R-Spec or not, it's the same thing, it's the same engine. So if you have a stock V6 3.8 Genesis Coupe, you go to your local muffler shop and have your muffler cut off, and you have just that. Keep your stock test pipes, keep your stock mid pipe, drive it, and I swear, dude, you have a baby GTR without a turbo. It's the V6, it opens up the noise of the V6, and I love it. The pops and the cracks that I get is amazing. I love having the muffler delete. It's only basically just a stand-in for my basically until I get a full exhaust. I am gonna get a CNT cap back, but for now it works, dude. So let's move on to the next one, and we will go with more we're gonna start with the suspension. So the TEIN lowering springs. So at TEIN lowering springs, this one right here this one was a tough cookie. I'm gonna tell you why, because I bought these when I first got the car. I want to say the first month or the first couple months I got the car. I did not shoot a video on this. Actually, yeah, I did not shoot a video on this. I only took pictures and put them up on my Facebook. So I'll put some pictures up for you. They're not the best of quality. This is way back when, you know, I was just using, you know, a blurry cell phone and my pictures weren't like A1, you know, like, you know what I mean? So anyways, so these right here, at the time, this is the price that I paid for them, dude. $160. I paid $160 for them. If you look them up right now, you can probably only find them for like $170, $180 and above. I would suggest staying under $200 for them. For the ones that I got, I believe they might have been an older model and they discontinued it and they just renamed them and I guess improved on something or whatever, because the pricing that I'm seeing is more expensive than I paid for them back then. So I'm like, it must be a better new improved model of the springs or something like that. I'm not sure, but around $160 should be a fair price, brand new. If you buy them used, obviously drop that off another like 40, whatever, you know, you'll figure it out, you know. All right, so moving on, suspension component, rigid collars and subframe bushing shims. Now these two right here are best together. So the rigid collars are one mod, the subframe bushing shims are another mod. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, do not, and I repeat, do not buy these separate, dude. You will be spending extra money, dude, and I'm gonna show you the pricing for each separate. See that? See the pricing for each separate? But if you buy them as a combo from 3.8 Performance, you only pay $85. So you don't have to be a mathematician. Do not buy these two mods separate. Yes, so they're made by ATQ, but they're provided by 3.8 Performance, and they will improve your they're more of like handling. They will improve your handling, but they also will eliminate or reduce wheel hop, dude. If you have crappy tires, period, point blank, you're going to have wheel hop. So get some good tires and get these. Tires should probably be on the list, but tires are essential, dude. That's more of a, not common sense, but dude, the first thing you got to do to this car is get rid of those Bridgestone Potenzas and get better tires, dude. I won't be doing pricing for tires because I'm just focusing on everything else for now. But do not keep the crappy tires in your car. Get some good tires and then get these mods. You will feel them a lot better with good tires. So yes, so let's move on down the line and let's go with, last but not least, throttle controller. So we got to get in the car for this one, but this little shiny silver thing, there we go, it lights up and everything like that. See, bam. Oh, Ooh, don't want to get a copyright strike, man. I love TLC, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so this is the throttle controller. So it's basically turned off. Let me turn the car on and show you. It changes the throttle sensitivity. That's basically what it does. And a lot of you guys know about this part, and a lot of you guys already own this part. I know this because Dustin Davis has been so busy lately providing these things for you guys that I know 90% of you guys already own it. If you do, man, comment below. Throttle Controller Club. So I know there's a lot of you guys in the Throttle Controller Club. So the price for the throttle controller is only $125, and it's worth every single penny. Has different modes for the throttle. So right now it's off. See, you get kind of the speed that it revs up on it. That's non-op, that's stock. And then you have different modes and then different sensitivity levels. So you have your HA, it revs up a little bit faster, HH, FA, and then the FH or whatever. So you have your different modes and everything like that. Check out the YouTube video for more information. F9 is so much fun, dude. F9 increases the throttle sensitivity like crazy. So the FH, and then put it on 9, and then brake next, dude. Seriously, brake next. Barely tap it, and it just shoots up. It's real high. And then you have your eco mode. I have mine in eco 9. Stay out of it. Keep the throttle like super low. Like you tap it, it barely moves. Like you literally, you can lean into it and it drives like a hybrid. So the thing's pretty awesome. I had to give it its own little spot because that throttle controller is worth every single penny. So final number for all the mods that we talked about in this video, in the budget Genesis Coupe. There we go. Let me zoom out. Budget Genesis Coupe grand total without shipping on all these parts, $1,235. That's right. So for that price, that's how much I paid for all these mods. Now, a little disclaimer. These are the full price of the mods. Pretty much, I'm looking at the list right now. I did not pay full price for any of these mods. Between my partial sponsorship, GC Tuner, and 3.8 Performance, I paid less. Will I tell you how much I paid less? No, I will not. That is confidential. You guys be like, hey, I want the same price Kevlar paid. Yeah, man, or I'm not buying the part. Nah, sorry, I'm just messing around too. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap up the video, and that's gonna be it. All right, so that's gonna be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope it was informative as usual, man. Woo, man. So what do you guys think about that price? Is that too much? Nah, man, that ain't nothing, dude. That's not nothing, dude. I told you I'm on a budget. It's the budget build. So make sure you give everyone involved in this build a follow. Make sure you first and foremost give Dustin Davis 3.8 Performance. Make sure you give him a follow. Make sure you give GC Tuner a follow for helping out with the other parts, dude. Make sure you follow my other homies, my other sponsor that hooks me up with the tires. Make sure you give Andy's Tires a follow. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, and I hope you guys have a very safe and blessed day. Just remember, as I say at the end of all of my videos, always see the glasses half full, not half empty. Stay blessed, stay safe. It's your boy Kevin Smiley signing out. Careful Lady True TV. Peace.